guys? Hello.
Hey, this is Day.
Hello there, Marriage for Real support.
Hello, y'all.
Never lost faith. Welcome, Janaya.
Welcome.
Will, welcome. Leon Cooper's in the house. Welcome.
Yes, welcome. Hello, South Carolina. Welcome. So glad to have you. Welcome.
Good to see you all.
Everybody sound off. Where y'all coming from?
It's Saturday night.
In Chicago, the Windy City.
Hey,
yes. Hello. Jersey. Joyzy in the house. Joyzy in the house. My will for her. I like that.
Welcome.
That's a powerful tag, boy. My will for her. I like that. OKC. That's what's up. Hello from Oklahoma. All right. So glad you guys could join us tonight. How y'all doing? This is Marriage for Real, and we are still on our 21-year anniversary.
Oh, thank you, Late.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing right off the bat. Thank you for sharing.
Right off the bat. That is so cool. Thank you all. As always, I'm your brother D.
And I'm Toy.
And we are Marriage for Real. For real.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, and we are broadcasting tonight live from the Intercontinental Hotel on Chicago's Magnificent Mile. Okay.
And this is a wonderful, you know, I got this on the price line. You know how you put in how much you want to pay, and then I put in how many stars I wanted. So it was like an 8.5, but you don't know what you're gonna get.
You never know what you're gonna get.
And so we've always thank you. We've always gotten like good hotels, but I've thoroughly enjoyed the Intercontinental Hotel.
Yeah, it's been kind of cool.
It's really nice, really spacious. I'm not doing a what's it called, a PR for them.
No, because we're not. They're not an affiliate or anything. We haven't broken that ground yet with affiliates
but
and
it's a really nice
sponsors.
Hotel
We haven't broken that, but we hope to, Lord willing, one day. But until then, we are definitely going to give some love where love is due.
Yeah, it's a nice
and
hotel.
This is a nice hotel. It's an historic hotel right on the Magnificent Mile downtown. And I'm sure even whether you're from Chicago or not, you've heard about the Magnificent Mile. And so we can't fully appreciate it because it's the dead of winter.
Yeah.
Still, the wind.
Hi, Mills.
That's all we hear. We're like, we might be chilling tonight.
Yep, and it snowed crazy last night.
Yes, it did.
But anywho, as we said before, thank you for joining us. Thank you to our replay viewers who are watching us.
Yes.
We really appreciate your support. Remember that you can give hearts while you're watching. And so we thank you for that. We have we appreciate you guys. Like, we really do.
Okay, now let's get this stuff out the way. Again, I'm your brother D.
And I'm Toy.
And this is Marriage for Real. Now, if you're watching on an Apple device, swipe to the left or to the right, click invite. On an Android, swipe up, invite some people.
So we'll give you 2 seconds to do that.
Invite some people.
Yes.
If you guys have followed us for any length of time, we know we have a blast here at Marriage for Real. And we keep it 100. Actually, we were just going over the website stuff, the finalizing of it before we broadcast it. This is, it's weird that we get a time to just sit out and veg and like, let's knock out some of this Marriage for Real stuff so we can get this thing going where it's supposed to go.
Yep.
And so, we're moving forward on that. But if you're watching for the first time, let us know if you're a first-time watcher, first-time viewer. We love our first-time viewers.
Yes, we do.
Yes,
and
please, if you think, before we get started, if you think this can help somebody, share now. Invite.
Yes.
Okay? And don't just troll, follow. Join us on this movement that is marriage. We are believing God that marriage is going to make a strong comeback in our country and in our communities.
Yep.
Okay, and hopefully we can help usher in this new renaissance of marriage and commitment in our relationships and our families. And so with that being said, we are about to get this party started.
Woo!
All right. And remember, once again, whenever you log in, if you're a first-time viewer, let us know. We will give you the Marriage for Real
dance. And we have a Marriage for Real viewer who's a baby, but we love her.
Yeah. Woo,
right?
woo,
woo. Welcome,
woo,
welcome.
Woo.
And she sent us a video of her doing our welcome dance.
Hey, so Naj.
We just want to say we love you, little girl.
Yes,
Thank you for watching Marriage for Real with your parents.
Hey, and on that note, speaking of children watching with their parents, our children will be on next week.
Yes.
So you guys got to follow us on this 21 days.
Naj.
You're going to hear from them, their reactions to the reality that is their parents' marriage and our journey that many of you are already aware of, that for them was a startling, abrupt revelation that kind of shook their worlds a little bit. But they're grown, and you're going to get to hear their responses. We're going to have them all in one place, and we're going to do a broadcast, and you will see the Perry crew on display talking about the revelation.
Yes, Chris, we are still celebrating.
Yes.
We're actually celebrating for the next 21 days. Like, we think, like, we celebrating. We
earned it.
We're celebrating up until April, okay?
Yeah. And mind you, we got to go back to work, so it's not like we're taking off of work.
Yeah.
Or it's little things that we're going to do for the next 21 days to reconnect and remind one another that these 21 years, though hard fought, were well worth it and much appreciated.
Yep.
And so with that being said, let's get started.
You look so big, though, y'all.
Because you swole. You buff.
Negro. Sorry, folks. Anywho, praise the Lord, saints.
All right.
Anyhow, so we're going to do for the next 21 days, we're going to discuss like some of the things that we've learned in our 21 years of marriage and the things that have, right, my arm is looking gigantic. And it's not even this gigantic, is it? I think
it's the camera.
It's the foreground.
It adds 10 pounds.
I don't know.
It's the camera. It's the
camera. Here we go. Number one thing, well, not number one of the biggest things that we learn, which is what Marriage for Real is founded on, is we are the team. And that is the power of unity.
Yes.
That is actually, you guys, a lesson that it took a long time to learn.
If you guys remember, early, I say early, relatively speaking, seeing this Periscope is so new and we're even newer to Periscope, but earlier in the Marriage for Real movement, we actually did a series, and the first one was The Power of Unity.
Yeah. And
believe it or not, it was the unity piece that we found ourselves so greatly lacking early on in our marriage. That had we gotten that part realized and in place, we probably would have avoided a lot of the junk that came our way that we invited into our relationship due to the lack of it.
Mm-hmm. So I know that when we say our vows, we say to death do us part. We say we understand that we're walking into a union of two people, but we really don't understand unity and what that looks like. Like, how is that walked out? How is that
the real application of it?
The application of
putting it into context.
Is it just agreeing for the sake of agreeing? Good evening, marvelously.
Hello.
75. Is it just about agreeing? Is it just about, I don't know. Did you do counseling for vows? No, we had kids. No. We did everything wrong with our vows.
We were booty butt backwards in this whole thing called marriage.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know how long you've been with us.
She's new, I think.
In the Marriage for Real family, but we kind of skipped over it tonight. We usually put it at the beginning. But what we are not counselors. We're not doctors. We're not therapists. Okay? We are just your average, everyday people that took some hard lumps along the way, learned our lessons. The ship almost sank, and by the grace of God and our love for one another and our commitment to this thing called marriage, the Lord saw fit to right this ship and set us on the path to marital success.
Yes.
But I'm a cop, comic book geek, dad. She's a makeup artist, a teacher. We are just those people. We are your brother and sister from up the block that for some reason we survived the Holocaust.
We are ordained ministers.
And we are ordained ministers, but we survived the Holocaust of our own doing in our marriage. and we're here on this side to tell you guys how we did it, how you can avoid it, okay, and how you can have a successful relationship, marriage, parenting, whatever the case may be. It's all wound up in this thing called marriage.
Yep.
So in case we didn't get this thing tied up in the beginning, my bad, okay? But unity was a biggie.
Yeah.
It was a biggie. Yeah.
Because I think that we thought that unity just meant
agreeing with one another.
Or,
no matter what.
Or just being together or doing things together.
Well, I like you're going in a great direction. Here's what unity ain't. Okay? Unity ain't agreeing just for the sake of agreeing.
Yeah.
That's not unity. Because you can have silent protests. Seriously. Whoop, whoop. Come on, sisters. Okay? That passive aggressiveness. You could be like, okay, but in your heart of hearts, you be like,
your mouth could be saying yeah, but your actions.
And you got nails dug into the concrete, kicking and screaming and dragging.
Right, Tika?
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about what unity ain't.
Yes.
What it ain't, okay. Yes, this is the Chicago public school education. Okay. What unity ain't, it ain't agreeing for agreeing's sake.
No.
Okay, that's not what unity is. Unity is not being passive and letting one person have their way for the sake of peace. That's not what unity is. What is unity, babe?
Unity is actually, it is agreeing, but once you agree and you've come to a place of agreement with each other about an issue, it's walking together in that direction.
Yes.
Not
willingly.
Yeah, willingly walking together in that direction.
Without resentment. Without
working
remorse.
Together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Wife is a black belt in passive aggressive food.
Yeah.
That passive aggressive food. Kundo. That passive kundo.
Because sometimes women will say yes for the sake of peace sake.
And brothers, we are notorious for it too.
And while we're saying yes, we're plotting the opposite.
You're plotting the downfall of the thing.
Or we're thinking, okay, I'm going to say yes right now for the sake of saying yes. But after a while, or I'm going to figure out how it's going to become my way.
Right.
Or
how can I work this
Or
thing?
I'm going to manipulate. Oh, not manipulate. What's the word?
You used it.
Not manipulate.
You got it right. You got it right.
I'm going to figure out a way that it can go in the direction that I want it to go. But we just...
Let's spell it, kiddies.
Anywho.
We're trying to find prettier words for it. That's what it is. It's manipulation. It's witchcraft. Okay, it's control. Okay, and that's what unity ain't. Okay, that's not what unity is. Unity moves together in a common goal, a common path.
Yeah.
Peacefully, in agreement, and in confidence.
Yes.
Do you understand? You know, one of the things we came to realize much later that would have saved us a lot of grief is that when we move forward united and in agreement, we don't have to have, it's not even really compromise. Yep. Okay, it's not really even compromise.
Nope.
I love the laid definition of compromise. Compromise is when neither person gets what they really want. That's what compromise is. Okay, both people, and trust me, there's a lot of compromise in marriage, but we're not talking compromise right now. We're going to keep this in proper context of unity. Compromise is something different altogether, believe it or not. Okay, but compromise can play a part in unity. Okay, there's a compromising element that can be implemented and added so that you can be united and move forward.
Yeah.
Okay, but compromise in and of itself is not the same as unity. Okay.
Yes.
Unity moves forward towards a common goal in total agreement, in peace, okay, and with confidence.
And it's walking together in singleness of mind and singleness of spirit, right? So it's not about walking together. We've come to this agreement. We're going to go in this direction. It is coming to agreement with one thought.
And we both take ownership of it.
And we both take ownership of that thought, and we are going in that direction, and all of our conversations, all of our actions line up to what we agreed upon. It is nobody sitting there self-sabotaging what we agreed on. That's what it's not. It is coming together. It's like Bible, because we do Bible here. When they were in the upper room, Before the Holy Spirit fell, they were all of one mind, all of one thought, of singleness of thought, and the Holy Spirit fell.
But listen, when you mentioned the upper room, because you actually started going into a thread that I wanted to touch on with the unity factor. When they were in the upper room, when they were tearing up there, they didn't know exactly what they were tearing for. Mm-mm. The Holy Spirit had not manifested in that way yet. Okay? That was a new thing that happened. Do you follow me? But unity said, whatever it's going to be.
Yeah.
Whatever it's going to be, we're going to be obedient, we're going to be committed, and we're going to move forward and let what happens happen, and we're going to own it, whatever that looks like. See, oftentimes in marriage, we have a hard time moving, or any relationship, we have a hard time moving together in the same direction because we don't know what the outcome is.
Yeah, that's true. Right.
We don't have definitive answers. Sometimes we don't even have a complete plan. You understand? But let me tell you what we found out in our years of marriage: the power of unity. It's very similar to the power of love. It covers and it protects, even when you fail. We have moved forward in things united, not having all the answers, and it worked out for our good, simply because the Lord honored our unity.
Yes.
Yet on the flip side, we have moved individually, thought we had a great plan, right, and had every I dotted and every T crossed, and that thing fell to pieces.
Yes.
Okay? Why? Because we were not united in our mission and our movement. It wasn't singular. It wasn't in sync. Do you understand? And so, just like in the upper room, what I love about that is that they didn't know what it was going to be. They were just being obedient. They knew that where two or more gathered together in His name, He was going to be there.
Yes.
Period. The Lord was going to be there in the midst of them. They knew that they were all committed to this thing that Christ had laid down. They did not know what was going to happen. He had been crucified. Folks had heard and seen about his resurrection. Do you understand? Rome was still in power. Okay, the persecution of the Christians were imminent. It was imminent. It was coming. Okay, they all gathered together on one accord, saying, "Lord, what is this? We are yielded. We're moving forward. We're committed to the cause. Have your way."
Yeah.
The Lord honors that in your relationship and in your marriage.
Yep.
To this day. To this day. You don't have to have all the answers. I know oftentimes sister will look at brother like, well, you want me to go along with this. And brother bet not give up I don't know. Okay? Don't waver, bruh, and be like, well, I ain't got it all figured out. Okay? Because as we are wired, it gives sister an occasion to shoot it down.
No, we're not doing that.
Not doing that because you ain't figured it all out yet. You understand? Have you found yourself in that place?
Speak choir. Yes. Yes. I have. It's because you know what? One of the big things that women have to be is feel protected, and we have to feel secure. And if somebody comes to you with not a plan, but a plot.
Yes, Sarah followed Abraham and he walked by faith. Yeah.
Right. With a plot and the plan ain't fully walked out, then
is that unity possible when the spouse is not walking as they should? Wow. You just went right in there for it, didn't you?
Okay, well, let us bring us to this point, and then we're going to share with you.
Yes. We're going to touch on that.
We're going to answer that right now because that is part of...
that's part of the unity thing.
That's part of the unity thing. Now, one thing, and we really want you all to get this. Lean in. And we want you to get this, right? Wait, he laid on my leg. Oh. Leaning in. One thing that we forget and that we do not operate in is the authority in which we carry as a married couple. Right? We don't walk in that.
What you talking about, Willis?
Okay. So when we speak, and we're talking, of course, we're coming from the Bible on this. The Bible tells us that the two shall become one. Right? So when you got married, you became Mr. and Mrs. Perry. Right?
2 names became 1 name.
Yes, 2 names became 1 name. God math.
Yes.
And so just like if I go into the bank and my husband is not there and I write a check, and even though both of our names is on the bank account, I can write a check, right? I can write one and he doesn't even have to be present.
Nope.
Because we are on a joint bank account.
Yes.
And I have power to operate on his behalf. I am his living, walking, breathing power of attorney. One thing that we miss that about in our marriages. The Bible says, naturally so, let's go spiritually so. Well, my husband ain't walking as he should.
That brother is living any old kind of way. He ain't trying. This brother grew up in the church. He know better. He used to be saved. Well, he ain't got nothing to do with the church. He don't subscribe to biblical principles. Okay? So how can I walk together with somebody that is not on the same page as me spiritually? Does God honor that?
Let's set the scene for who your husband is. Your husband is the authority in the house. He is the authority.
Whether he is born again, prophetic, heathen, whatever the case may be, according to the Bible, by right of office, he is the head of that household. Once you all joined in union, he is the head. Continue.
So you're saying, well, how? Like, okay, so he ain't walking right. He ain't talking right. I need this to happen. Well, girl, you about to use what the Lord gave you, and you don't even realize what he gave you, right? I know I've said this story 1,000 times, but I don't mind sharing it over and over again. I hope that you don't mind hearing it because I really want you to get it. You have to get this. Okay. So someone breaks into our house, right?
This is true story.
True story. Somebody breaks into our house. My husband is angry. Like,
I'm called off of duty. At this time, I'm working on the TAC team. I'm working plain clothes. Remember that? I'm working plain clothes. Okay? Chicago police, working plain clothes, in the projects, doing stings. I get a phone call.
Okay, this is at night they broke into our house.
No, babe.
It's the same. Our house was broken into 3 times, so let's talk about the first time.
This is the time you're talking about when I had to come home.
Okay, so somebody broke into our house, and my husband was angry. He was so angry that you know why sometimes your husband's so mad you can't even get mad because that'll make him more mad. That when he see you mad, he just like, oh, he don't hurt my wife, he don't hurt my kids, all this stuff. So I couldn't even rise to his level of anger, right? And so I was like, baby's gonna be okay. He's like, if I catch that Negro with my stuff,
yeah, that's what I see it.
I'm going to oh, no problem, Naj.
No problem.
I'm going to hurt him, kill him, whatever. But anyhow, I was like, Lord,
somebody was about to get plugged.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah, I was murderously angry. Yeah, that's the truth. I was enraged, and I have the right to carry a gun. I was going hunting. I was going Negro hunting.
That doesn't sound good.
It don't sound good. It doesn't sound good, but yeah, I was going ninja hunting.
He's going ninja hunting. Okay, all right. Anyhow, so somebody broke into our house, and he was so angry, and I was like, Lord, I don't know what to do because I didn't want him to go out and hurt anybody over our stuff, and I didn't want him to end up in jail and all this type of stuff. So I said, Lord, what should I do? Tell me what to do. Give me a scripture to pray. And he told me to begin to rebuke anger in myself.
Now, mind you, excuse me for jumping in, I wasn't in any spiritual mindset at that moment. And that's the truth. Quite honestly, at that state in my walk, I would go so far as to say I was not backslidden, but I was pretty close. I was not focused on the things of God. So I was not in a good spiritual place whatsoever. Okay? I remember I was working 6 days a week, really wasn't going to church. It wasn't in my word. I was just working, doing the job, getting recognition, the whole 9 yards, and just going through the motions spiritually. So I was not in a Christ-like place at that moment, okay? But regardless, go on.
You was backslid in your heart.
It's called a spade, Alita. Hey.
Yes, hey, Nasha. And so he was so angry, so I said, Lord, what should I do? And he said, begin to rebuke anger in yourself. I said, but I ain't mad. I ain't mad. He's mad, Lord. He says, rebuke anger in yourself. And so, I kid you guys not, this is not some hoodoo voodoo type stuff. I begin to pray and I would begin to rebuke anger in myself. When this man came in the house, he had simmered down to a point, right? I am him, he is me, and I am him. He had simmered down so that he was no longer angry and we could have a conversation and figure things out. Checkmate, right?
Yes.
Second thing that happened was I was in prayer, and oftentimes in prayer, I can see myself kind of going before the throne of God, and even in God's presence, I could always see this person next to me in prayer. And I didn't say anything for a while. This happened over like a series of time. And finally I said, Lord, like, who is this person next to me in prayer? Like, this is supposed to be an intimate time between you and I. Why is this person here? And the Lord said, that is your husband. Whenever you come to me in prayer, he comes along with you. I see you as one flesh. You are one person in the eyes of the Lord. You are like he sees us as this. We see each other as this.
The Lord, when we get married, what you have to understand, and that was such a powerful vision that the Lord gave her, that that the Lord's vision towards you becomes distorted. Okay? When you get married, his vision towards you becomes warped and singular. Do you understand? Now, you get to operate now mind you, when your husband's not in that place spiritually, somebody's got to fill the gap.
Yep.
Somebody's got to take the reins. Now, was it intended? Listen, when y'all website, y'all, D's Huddle's gonna be a mess, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Because I'm calling these brothers to accountability because there's too many sisters walking in spiritual offices and in the positions of their households that they were not called to walk in. And we wonder why our stuff is so jacked up. Because brother ain't in his proper position. Okay? And we're going to get in that in D's Huddle in spades. I'm so big on that. You know why I'm so big on that? Because it was me. Okay? Because I almost ruined my house. I almost messed up my kids. Do you understand? Because I refused to walk in the God-ordained and appointed office that I was set to, and my wife was carrying a load that she was not meant, wired, or called to carry. And then I was wondering why she was struggling while we were struggling. Okay? It's like asking a baby to carry a 350-pound dumbbell. Not going to happen. They weren't meant to. They're not strong enough. They're not in that place. God didn't call them to do. He didn't build them for that. Okay? Our sisters, our wives, our spouses, our moms, they are carrying spiritual loads, brothers, because we are not doing what we're supposed to be doing. Okay? And so with that being said, that's why I'm so big on male accountability in the household. Because I was that. I'm not talking from the mountaintop. I'm talking from a brother who set up camp in the valley. You dig what I'm saying? I set up camp. I set up tents. I was trying to build a city down there. Okay? I didn't want nothing to do with the mountaintop. You feel me? Okay? I was comfortable in my stuff, in my man cave. Okay? Doing my thing at the gym. Okay? Doing boy stuff. When the male anointed stuff was sorely lacking. Sorely lacking. So with that being said, sorry for my rant, baby.
That's okay.
Okay. With that being said,
it's needed to say.
Forgive me. That's a touchy subject. That's why my wife gave me a special place on the website just for me. Okay.
That's his man cave on the website.
But with that being said, if he's not walking in the place that he's supposed to be, the Lord will honor someone.
Yes.
Carrying the banner.
Yes.
Okay, someone has got to anoint the mantle. Someone has got to sit before the throne of grace. Someone has got to stand in the gap. And the Lord will honor that. And because this is God's spiritually legal loophole, okay, that the enemy has yet to circumvent.
Because he can't.
You understand? Even if he's not in his place, when you come before the Lord, he honors and covers him as if he were you.
Yes.
Because he sees you as one.
One flesh.
I'm going to go back a little bit, okay, and tell some of my family business. Before Toy ever came into the picture, there was a little 5'0" prophetess named Louise Short. Okay, we're about to freeze. If we freeze, come back. Okay, if we freeze, come back. My grandmother. Okay, powerful woman of God, anointed. She was married to the devil incarnate. My grandfather was a hot mess on two legs. Seriously. Threatened wouldn't feed the kids half the time. Threatened not to buy groceries if she went to church. Do you understand? But she was committed to laying a spiritual foundation for her family. Mm-hmm. All right? She went regardless. She took emotional beatings. She took abuse, mental abuse. Her children saw it. It was horrible. But not once did she dishonor her husband. Not once.
Yes.
Not once. To her dying day, she took that man with her before the throne of God.
She did.
Do you understand? And when she passed, the remorse, the conviction fell upon him, and he ended up giving his life to Christ as an old man.
Yes.
Okay? Seeing that this woman lived a life without reproach, without rebuke. And as a result of what she did, the legacy
that she's left
behind has become marriage for real.
Yep.
Has become married with goals. Has become his and her money. Okay?
That has become Preston and Jackie
Hill Perry, my cousins that are Christian poets traveling the world.
Yes.
Do you understand? It's the legacy left behind by Louise Short. Mm-hmm. Okay? Our grandmother. Mm-hmm. All right? The Lord honored her. Mm-hmm. Woman of God, if you are walking in the place that your husband is not ready, because he's coming. Just ain't ready.
He has no choice but to come.
He's coming. He just ain't ready. So we just say, he ain't ready right now. Okay. All right. He ain't got the memo. You feel me? Okay. Yes, they're my cousins. Mm-hmm. They're my cousins. Last name Perry. That's my peeps. Mm-hmm. And very, very close family. We're all close knit. Most people are surprised they found out we're related. They're crazy. Yeah. I'd be getting on Preston's little tiny butt. But anyway, the legacy she left behind has trickled down through generations. Mm-hmm. And we're passing it on to our kids. Mm-hmm. Okay? Your prayers are not in vain.
Yeah.
Your effort is not in vain.
Yeah.
Okay? Men, step up.
Yep.
Step up. Now, we hear that when it comes to child support. We hear that when it comes to taking care of the kids. It's so much more than that.
It is.
It's so much more than that. Your spiritual walk, your walk of integrity, your walk of morality, your walk of dignity carries more weight in the eyes of your children and your community than you realize.
Absolutely.
Do you understand?
But that's another message. We're talking about unity.
Talking about unity.
Some things that we've learned.
Yep.
And we'll be talking about that, though, for the next 21 days. So
21 days.
Get ready. But the power of unity is just being an example of a God-fearing man. Absolutely. Yes.
We're going to get it on detail, y'all. Brothers, y'all going to get it. Ooh, David, why you do that? Yeah, that's a movie reference. Okay. David, why you do that?
He in his face, y'all. But just as the power of unity. So once we got that, once we understood, once you understand that you have power of attorney on the life of your spouse, you have to walk in the authority in which God has given you. You do not have to accept the things that are happening in your marriage as if this is just what it's going to be. Nope, that is a lie. That is a lie. That is you not understanding who you are, whose you are, and who God is, what He's anointed you all to do and to have. You have to walk in that authority. You have to understand that you have, how do we put this? You have authority from another realm, which is heavenly, another kingdom realm that you can operate here on earth in. But we don't.
We don't.
We sit by.
We're selling ourselves short.
We sit by and think things just are the way they are, and you have no power. And that is a lie.
That is a lie.
That is a lie. You do not have to accept your marriage to be what it is, as it is. If you are willing to put in the work, if you're willing to put in the prayer, if you're willing to put in the fast life, if you're willing to put it in, you can have what you want. You can have it.
That's it. That's all I got.
He said, that's it. It's worth it all. And it has been. It's a lie from the pit of Satan. Naja, you still haven't contacted us. And so we were very eager to hear what happened. But we all want you to walk in unity. Start agreeing. Start being determined to walk in unity. You all, it's nothing like it. The two shall become one. God anointed that. That covenant is powerful. Walk in it. God, Math, Miss Tika.
And don't be afraid to mess up. Don't be afraid. You don't have to have all the answers.
Nope.
The Lord will honor your unity.
Yeah.
And even if you fail, you won't fall far. He won't allow it because you operated in an office and in an authority that you are entitled to.
The children of Baal, how they were trying to build the thing. He's like, ooh, they done came to the Babel. Babel. They've come together and they've agreed. If they agreed, there would be nothing impossible.
They were building the tower in unrighteousness.
They were.
Okay, they were building that tower. The Tower of Babel is a story of unrighteousness, but the power of unity in the midst of unrighteousness. Okay, it wasn't a fact that they actually stood a prayer of actually reaching heaven. It was what it represented.
Yep.
As long as they're united, nothing.
He said nothing will be impossible
unto them.
Unto them.
Okay? Operate in unity and watch what doors open.
Can I say one thing? I know we have
Please
to say
don't
that.
say one thing so we can get up out of here.
He mad, y'all.
Because she's talking. Y'all got her running.
Because we have to talk about this is that power of agreement, of unity.
The words, no run-on sentences.
Real quick. Real quick. I'm going to beat him, y'all.
No run-on sentences.
Y'all told Harpo to beat him. I'm going to beat him. Anywho, joking. The word tells us, let everything be established by 2 or 3 witnesses. Right? Your spouse is your witness right next to you. Get that. Let everything be established, set, put in motion by 2 or 3 witnesses. Your spouse is your witness of agreement right there with you.
How's that 2?
I'm sorry?
How's that 2?
1, 2 became 1. We agreed.
Exactly. All right. Just in case you all missed that. All right. In legal terms, everything is established has to be established by a witness.
Yep.
If you're called because of something that you're being held accountable for, you're allowed to testify on your behalf. You're allowed to be your own witness. Mm-hmm. Okay? The verification comes from another witness.
Yep.
And if you read your scriptures, everything that happened throughout the Bible that God ordained was established by verification of a witness.
Yeah.
All right? The Lord has allowed you to have a living, breathing, ever-present witness right there by your side. Okay? That you all can establish some very powerful things for your lives, for your marriages, for your businesses, for your family, for your children, for your future, for your destiny. Okay? But you have to be in agreement because a witness is usually in agreement with the person that is testifying.
Yep.
Okay? A witness is usually in agreement with someone who is testifying.
Yep.
All right? So if you're testifying a thing, if you're proclaiming a thing to be so, where's your witness? Is your witness in agreement?
Yep.
Okay. Use the power the Lord has put under your roof.
Power right in
He
your
put it right
house.
He put it right in your house.
Power right in your house.
Tap into it.
Tap into your power.
Okay, that's it.
He's giving me the look. I gotta go. We gotta eat. Love you all. We will see you guys on tomorrow with lesson number 2.
Well, at least one of us will.
At least one of us, because he has to work tomorrow, so it'll be him. Powers in your mouth, yes. And established right next to you in his mouth or her mouth. Okay? Wonderful. Good night, guys.
So if we said something that blessed you, let those 7s fly. Y'all know our thing here at Marriage for Real is the number 7, the Lord's number of completion. It lets us know on this side of this Samsung Galaxy S6 that we have blessed you on the other side, whether you got an iPhone or whatever. Okay?
Thank you.
And we want to know that we have said something that has encouraged you to move forward, that you can carry on to that you can apply it in your own situations. And we love you guys. We pray for you daily. Okay, this is our anniversary, and we are taking you guys right there with us. Y'all are literally in the hotel room with us. Okay,
and we got to go. We got some things to do. No, I'm joking.
She joking. She old.
I'm joking.
She ain't got old,
y'all.
Go. She got old. We'll talk to y'all later. We love you guys. God bless you. Thank you so much. And one of us will see you tomorrow. God bless you.
Thank you, Latte. Good night.
Have a good night. Have a great weekend. And go to church. Get some word.
Go see Jesus.
Let the Lord minister to you on tomorrow.
Yes.
God bless you.
Amen.